Hey friends, in this video I want to share with you how you can solo build 1 million AI business. This is a beginner playbook. We'll talk about how you can find your niche, how you can get your first 100 clients, how to do the lead generation, and the most important, lead conversion. We will also talk about different tech tools and how the person with no skills and no experience can do that. And of course, we will talk about how you can scale this business to $1 million. All right, my name is Dennis Babic, and I did this already on Upwork, so you can take a look at these numbers to get a better understanding who the hell I am and why you should listen to what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Why AI business and not the SaaS? Because one of the reasons that the easiest way for you to start AI business with zero in your pocket, it's just standard AI service business. Because when we're talking about SaaS, we have to be honest, you have to have at least $5,000 in investment to be able to start something. This is the reality, because I've started my business with $0. Basically, it was like a few $100s, but basically it's just like a $0. On top of that, your AI service business, you can start solo. But when we're talking about SaaS, you can do this solo only if you are software developer. Surprise, surprise. Or you're planning to hire software developers. The same thing here. You can have zero technical background, but with SaaS, you have to know how all these things works, or you have to hire a developer. Without that, it's not gonna fly. Sorry. Next, AI business, it's all about fast income. SaaS is delayed income. Why delayed? Because you have to build first and then monetize. With AI, you can just start making money from tomorrow. Next, product market fit. It's absolutely zero risk with your AI business because we're gonna copy the competitors. But with SaaS, it's really high risk because you do not know what specific feature is working in your specific niche, or like should you copy 90% of your competitor business, or you just should copy some percentage, and so on and so forth. So, and this is mission critical, because if you will mess with this part, customers will not gonna pay. You won't be able to monetize the business. So that's why it's better to start something very simple with zero risk at the beginning. Next, with AI business, you will work mostly with kind of enterprise businesses and B2B, and with SaaS mostly, and this is a standard mistake that many people are making, it's just like a B2C business. And surprise, surprise, B2B is 10 times more profitable than B2C, baby. Next, why AI business and not SaaS? Because of the churn rate. Like you do not have churn rate, and in SaaS you have a churn rate. To be honest, if we will dive deeper, in AI business you have kinda churn rate. This is a different story, but I will give an example. So for instance, when you're signing a contract with one of your customers, they may delay or forget pay to you this like a final milestone, like a 5K or something like that. But for this, you have to have a contract with a detailed description, how to do that, and all these things. And I will tell you how to avoid this not paid final milestone. Okay, but with SaaS, people will just unsubscribe from your services. They don't like it, and you can nothing to do with that. Anyway, let's start from stage number one, and this is a strategy and niche. This is, I think, the most important part when you're planning to build your AI business. It's you should copy what your competitors are doing. We are not reinventing the wheel. We are not doing anything from scratch. No. In this case, we just copy competitors, copy their methodologies, copy their landing pages, copy their offers. The best way, by the way, for you will be just to write to your competitors and check how fast they reply. What is their sales process? Are they contact with you, with their salesperson, or it's a project manager, or directly CEO will contact you? So think of it as your investigation stage, and you have to do your homework. This is basically your homework. Understand how the competitors works, because this is a baseline for you that you will copy then to build your own business. And to do that, just find from 5 to 10 competitors in your niche and try to understand all their workflow, contact with them, speak with them. This will help you get a better understanding how you can play and how to play them. Also, by the way, when we're talking about niche, this is one of the very, very interesting things that what you should do, because the niche for AI business, it's pretty much understandable. You will do the AI business automation, like a AI automation agency, blah, blah, blah. It's just AI service business. Let's be honest, AI automation agency is just like a hype from nothing. It's AI service business. Surprise, surprise. And to do this properly, what you have to do, you have to know what niches are the most interesting for your customers. Because in our case, it's probably everything that are related to like SEO, taxes, standard established businesses, and so on and so forth. So keep in mind that your main niche, it's like a AI service business, and the niche inside niche where you can provide your services, it's those businesses that already have business and at least from 30 to 100 employees. Because if it's less, then it's not your business. If it's more, then it's probably already kind of enterprise business, but you won't be able to pass the compliance test. So that's why your niche, it's from 30 to 100 employees. Businesses that already have big money that they can invest into your services. Because one of the problems that I see again and again and again, it's like, let's target students. Like, dude, come on, students, really? How much do they have? Like a $10 or $20 because they do not want to buy a coffee? But businesses, it's about like easily 5, 10, 20, 50 grand per month just to subscribe to your services and pay to you because it's reasonable. So you can compare. Anyway, when we're talking about outplaying, you may say, okay, Dennis, but how can I outplay my competitors? And this is a really, really, really great question. This is one of those things where you have to spend your time and resources by understanding where they doing their best. Is this like a YouTube ads, or it's an SEO, or it's LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on and so forth. If they are using YouTube, you can copy them and use YouTube too. But at the same time, if another competitor is using LinkedIn, you can dive deep into the LinkedIn and try to make LinkedIn better. So it's like some of them will use just one source, like, I don't know, paid ads, for example, but they are not using a YouTube. You can test with YouTube, because at the same time, if they're not using a YouTube, let's say, you can get an unfair advantage by using a YouTube and getting a free customers. So they are paying for ads and you just making a videos. The same thing with SEO. For example, maybe they're using blog articles mostly, which is okay, which is fine, and you don't have so much resources to invest into that. But you, if you have, let's say, technical background, if you're a software developer, I'm just giving you those angles, how you can think, how you can like find these cheat codes. You can build free tools and services, for example, like a PDF to XLS. So many people are using this kind of services every day, daily. And if you can grab and build 100 those type of like mini services that grab people attention and grab people into your landing page, then you can outplay those SEO articles guys, because you're providing 100 free tools, and inside this free tool, of course, you will promote your paid tool basically, but you have to find like a PDF to XLS into your niche, maybe some kind of calculators and these kind of things. Same with LinkedIn, same with Twitter. So just make a research and find this like a cheating strategy. Next, steal ads. Why you have to steal ads when you're doing a competitor research? Because If you will try to reinvent the wheel, if you will try to create something from scratch and absolutely new, you will definitely get a lower conversion rate compared to your competitors. Why does it happen? Because we mostly, like, it's a human nature. We are thinking that we are the best, we are the smartest, but in reality, no, it doesn't. So we have the phrase, good artist copy, great artist steal. So in our case, we have to steal the ads. We have to steal like the colors. So we just need to insert our own name inside the ads, landing page, offers, and all these things, because we do not know how the system works. We can improve the system only when we are deeply involved into the business operations and we know all the trigger points. At the beginning, you don't know why these ads looks like that. Why this specific word matters so much. So I'll give an example. One of my friends, when he managed to launch his informational business about like hookups with girls, he just fully copied his competitor and he get enormous amount of leads. Just by copying their competitor, he like increased conversion rate 10 times. And this is how it works in business. When you know all these things, you have to copy. Do not be afraid. And then you can use tools like post-hoc to do an A/B testing and identify which things are the most valuable for your audience by speaking with your audience, and then you can add something to a landing page if you see something valuable. And if people are asking you for a specific thing, then maybe it's time to make a video, to make some kind of infographics to your landing page, website, or something like that, to make sure that you answer those questions. Okay, so that's why A/B test only after you have a proven concept, after the ads start generating money, because without money it doesn't make any sense. So like the first of all, you have to copy. You have to build a car, and the car should go somewhere, and when it's going somewhere, it starts generating for you money. You can reinvest then this part of this money to increase the conversion. Maybe it will be successful and maybe not. Surprise. Okay, next stage, offer and target. It's called discounted dollars. So basically, you have to sell return of investment and not AI magic. Basically, this is dollars at a discount. Let me explain this philosophy to you. So when you using your AI service business, in a nutshell, you just have to find an areas which you can automate, such as like business operations, marketing, tech, and sales. How does it work? You come to your customer and you say, okay, Josh, what is your standard email process of lead generation? You will find their HubSpot account, and you will find that some of their sales doing repetitive operations, like they're receiving standard emails from their customers. And this is where your AI knowledge is coming in. You will say, okay, so if this is a standardized question with this sense, then we can send this request to the AI, and AI can choose for us one of our 5 or 10 standardized replies, and then AI can move this customer or our script to a different funnel of our sales funnel. Or for instance, if you do a business operation, if your project manager is sending reports every Friday, then maybe it's time to optimize the report. You can grab the data from Slack, you can create a report, you can create a great animations or something like that using the AI also. And using a standard scripts, you can transform these thoughts from their conversations into a friendly and usable report for their customers if they're doing this operation manual. And this is how you're saving money for your customers. When you're targeting businesses, as I mentioned before, they already have budgets. This is not broke founders or like just a standard B2C students that have 10 or 50 bucks. Businesses are ready to pay high checks. You can sign a contract for 50, 100 or even more $1,000 easily like that, just by targeting and explaining to people how they can save money. About pitch. So you can say, okay, your employee cost you $6,000 per month, and doing steps number from 1 to 5. And this is, by the way, your job is to identify those steps. This is basically your only job, to be honest. Identify repetitive tasks and what can be replaced with AI. Once again, as I mentioned, operation, marketing, tech, and sales. And you can charge $12K for automation. And then you will explain to your customer that you will save $100K per year or something like that. You will calculate those numbers by yourself. But when you're presenting the offer in this kind of manner, then it's absolutely inevitable that your customers will sign a contract with you, because this is a no-brainer. They understand, okay, so if I invest 12K, then I can save 50, 60, 100K more just by using and cutting my expenditures. This is a standard math, and they cannot go against the ads. And as I mentioned before, they can easily spend from 5 to 20K on a service or even on a subscription based, because you can sell the services not only as the just regular fee. Of course, at the beginning, you can say, okay, I'm charging I don't know, for this job, 20, 50K, depends on niche, depends on complexity, depends on the amount of work. But then on top of that, you can say, and then the subscription fee will cost you 1, 2, 3, 5K per month, where I will monitor everything. And if something new will appear, we will also automate this with our AI workflow. This is how it works. Anyway, you know what's killing most micro AI businesses and SaaS? Information overwhelm. That's why people get stuck before they even start. But that's not even the worst part. Instead of building your actual product, you waste months setting up Stripe payments, designing landing pages, configuring emails, optimizing SEO, adding meta tags, creating sitemaps, setting up blogs, managing databases, building user apps, designing user profiles, and fixing infinitive bugs. That's why most people give up. But I've been through this pain 15 times. I spent hundreds of hours on these repetitive tasks, but I knew there had to be a better way. So I built the Micro SaaS Fast Starter Kit, a complete SaaS starter kit that helped me launch 3 successful projects, making over 10,000 already. That's why I'm sharing this with you now. But here's a twist. You don't need to waste months building basic features that are already done. And you don't need to spend weeks overthinking about minimum feature set for a quick launch. 1 week with my ready-to-use infrastructure, and you can start making money from your micro SaaS today. Keep in mind that you should never rely on one chick. That's why your startups is your chicks, and you are the pimp. Link in the description. Okay, next step, and I think this is one of the most important. It's your positioning. You have to position yourself as a partner, not a freelancer. Look, the biggest mistake that many founders are making, it's their positioning. They're saying like, I'm a freelancer that I can do AI automation, or we are agency. Nobody care about agency. Seriously. And this is probably one of the biggest growth opportunity right now, because if you are positioning yourself as a freelancer, agency, company, whatever, it sounds like, thank you very much, we are not interested. But because with freelancing, you can charge $50 per hour or something like that. But with business operation understanding, you will charge a premium, about like a $200 per hour or something like that. And this is where you have to step in with your brain, with your understanding of the business, how it works, what we can optimize. This is your only skill that you need. You have to dive deep into sales, into business operations, into marketing, into tech things, how to optimize them. This is your only one skill that you have to train. And how to train this skill is just doing this job again and again and again. Then you will understand how all these things work. So This your system that you have to do from day one, the correct positioning. Because if you will say that I can do this for you, not interesting. These numbers and this can achieved only when you positioning yourself as a partner, not as a freelancer. This is super critical thing. Next part. First, clients and your portfolio, basically a door opener tool. So to be able to work with this and launch this business, you have to find at least one client. It could be your friends, colleagues, cold emails, basically anything. And this is a critical thing because we are lazy and people are expecting for something like, oh, Dennis, you're not giving me a cheat codes, then I can use, I don't know, AI to find a client. No, sweetie, this is not how it works. If you want to find a client via AI by doing nothing, you better close this video and go to Iman Gadzi when he talking about how to escape from Matrix and listen all this BS. If you want something real, then you have to do something. This is how it works in the real world. If you need a magic, just go to Iman. If you need something real, please continue watching this video. I'm sorry, this is the reality. So, to find this client, you have to put really a lot of effort because this is one of the most important parts in your business routine, because this client will be your first free client. Let me explain. Your goal here is to grab a feedback, because without the feedback, without the understanding how you can optimize the business, you won't be able to sell your services, really. Because the first part you can say, we will do something here and here, you will hallucinate like ChatGPT. Your sales pitch will be absolutely awful. And yeah, it will be tough, to be honest. But when you would be able, so that's why I mentioned like a friends, colleagues, cold emails, friends of the friends, colleagues of the colleagues, just speak with as much people as possible, because you need your feedback. You need some real cases. You need something real where you put your script and people can say, yes, this is real, this is working, and this was the process optimization thing. So that's why it's so important to find this first free client and do a job for them for a testimonial. The testimonial should looks like, these guys helped to save us 135K, we paid them 6K, and this automate this our AI tool with this and that, company name, contact, whatever. Of course, it have to be a video testimonial and text review, because you will say, okay, I'll do this for free for you, but at the end of our cooperation, you have to make a video testimonial, and you have to sign a contract with them regarding that, because even free for a testimonial, it should be a part of the contract. If they are not ready to give you a video or testimonial, they have to pay a fee. This is how it works. So keep in mind, first client matters the most, and no matter how you will find them. The best way, by the way, to find a client is just to speak with people. So ask them questions about their business, how they do their automation, if they're using AI or not. Just ask them questions, just standard regular questions. Just put your curiosity into their business and ask them, okay, so what is your standard sales process? Oh, you're using still, I don't know, Microsoft Excel and not Google spreadsheets, but with Google spreadsheet you can optimize this and that. AI can grab data and to do this and that. By the way, you can do this by yourself. Give advice, not try to sell. So try to understand how their business works. This is, by the way, the super secret of all secrets of the process of selling anything to anyone, by the way. Stage 5. What tools you should learn and use to build something. So when you're talking about MVP, from my experience, it's like if you're talking about landing page or some kind of like a waiting list, Lovable Dev, Bold New, more than enough. Cursor AI, you can find 1 million guides on YouTube how to use them. Super easy, super simple, very native, and like anyone would be able to use that. Next, this is when you know their workflow, what they're doing, you can use N8N or Make for AI automations. Once again, tons of YouTube video guides on how to do that. But this is where it's comes super critical. You have to know the AI possibilities like OpenAI, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, what AI can do with voice like 11 Labs. You should know what AI can do with music like Suno and other tools. AI image generation tools, because you have to know what kind of things you can create as an images, what things you are limited in, cloud code, and many these things. Because when you know your possibilities and opportunities that you can implement for their businesses, then you know where you can do those automations basically. On top of that, you have to know how the search works, how the deep search works, what is AI agents, and when you should use one AI model or another, basically just like all these standard things. So for instance, if you need an AI agent that will check another AI agent, then the second AI agent can use a cheaper model because it's just like a fact checking or something like that. So just to make sure that you know this AI palette and you would be able to use all these things. On top of that, one of the things that is very important is data compliance. So make sure that there is no leak and AI is using things only that they can use. This is also very critical for big companies, and this can be your unfair advantage if you would be able to master this skill, because companies don't want their data to be leaked because they can receive a lawsuit. And your job is to make sure that everything is protected, maybe some kind of obfuscated environments, but it's a different conversation, not for this one. Next, let's talk about lead generation process. So the first and the most important, it's like you can use Upwork, not Fiverr, because Fiverr it's just like a cheap freelancer for $50 to $100. Forget about Fiverr, just remove it from your life. Upwork can be, you can get really great clients from Upwork using just standard Python scripts, which you can write using Cloud Code or Cursor AI for auto replies on different jobs. So basically, in a nutshell, how does it work? The first time you reply manually, the second time you just asking Cloud Code or Cursor AI to write for you a Python script that will do this job for you. That's it. Surprise. But what is the most important? It's what to write inside this text that you will send to your customer, your proposal. This is one of those mission critical things, because mostly replies of all these freelancers sounds like a hello, my name is Imrat, whatever, I'm from country X, and this is my portfolio. I can do the best for you. For clients and for me, it sounds like a blah blah blah. I'm person without brain. I don't even read your proposal, and my offer it sounds like a blah blah blah. Please hire me. Oh dear, this is real bad. And in your situation, what you have to do, you have to give a free value upfront to your customer. Let me give an example. In the past, when I started just Upwork, my biggest impact was in creating something for free for my clients. It could be a landing page, it could be a design, it could be, I don't know, some kind of like a micro MVP that we managed to complete within, I don't know, like 2 hours or something like that. Later on, I started proposing a lean canvas business plan to get a better understanding of their business. I spent about 2 hours of my time trying to get a better understanding. Let's what kind of business they want to build. Do they have a competitor? What is their unique value proposition? What kind of costs they're expecting, and all these things. I knew their business better than they are. And of course, the biggest advantage is the call, but to get the call, you have to give something valuable upfront. It could be an example of the project that you did in the past of the portfolio. This is kind of okay example, but the best works free value upfront. You have to find a tool, design, I don't know, like a script using Cloud Code to generate some kind of like an MVP for them and send them an example of the MVP. You can generate a long video or something like that, because this is the most valuable thing what you can give to them, and it will significantly increase your conversion. Because all my clients where I invested a lot of time for a free value upfront ended up with like a $300,000-$400,000 contracts. It's only those clients where I invested a lot of my personal time and money, basically, because we did a lot of things for free for them. So this is how it works. This is the reality. Hello. Once again, investing early in your customers, it's always led to a big contract. Okay, now let's talk about cold DMs. So like a cold DM, it's a Twitter, LinkedIn, or email. You can use all these services to generate leads, and it's super easy and super simple. The best secret is about consistently send messages on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, because you can expect from 1 to 5% replies per 1,000 messages. Of course, it depends on what kind of reply you're sending to a customer. If you're sending like a, hey, I can do for you AI, some kind of optimization services, it sounds like a spam, scam, and something like that. But if you will propose a free AI audit, like how using AI services can help your business generate more leads, or how AI optimization can save you up to $10, $20, $100,000, and you have real cases, it's a totally different story, you know, and you have to do that if you're planning to generate leads. It should not be just random message like hello, I'm just random copywriter from the middle of nowhere, I can do a thumbnails for a YouTube channel. Thank you very much, have a great day, and bye. But in your case, in your scenario, you're not acting as a freelancer, as I said. You're acting as an technical partner, and messages in your cold DM have to be smart. That's why I'm putting so much focus and attention, and I'm trying to stress this out. It's super important that value, free value upfront to your customers. And as I mentioned, you can offer a free audit and some kind of like a workflow for free. It should be just a wow kind type of service where you will show that you are a real technical partner and not just yet another freelancer who want to charge like a 5K. No, we're not here about like a 5K. And of course, we can talk and make things like paid ads. Paid ads, it's totally different animal. But regarding paid ads, I would give an example. You have to always copy your competitors. I have a friend, and when he managed to run an info business about like how to seduce girls, he fully copied the ads of his competitor. And guess what? So he compared his ads, what he created, and ads from competitor, which he copied exactly one-to-one. So the ads of his competitor was 10 times more effective. So I know you're thinking about like, I will create a genius ads and it would be the most beautiful ads in the world, like the deal maker. And but it's not. Just copy your competitors. And when you have exact copy for a competitor, then you can do the A/B test. Exact copy, but change color, change one thing, change two things, and compare. This is how it works, baby. Seriously, like copy your competitors. Do not reinvent the wheel. You are not the biggest brain in the world. Your competitors already spent time, resources, money, their brains to create these ads. So, and it's absolutely legal. Just copy it and use it. That's it. Period. Next, lead conversion. And I think this is the hidden juice that nobody talking about, especially in niche of AI automation and all these kind of service businesses, because everyone is trying to get more leads, more leads, more leads. We need more leads. We have problems with leads. No, sweetie, you don't have problems with leads. You have problem with your sales process and lead conversion process. Because when you're talking about lead conversion, it's always about showing to them your portfolio and real cases. Because customers are not idiots. If you will show some kind of like a beautiful images, the reaction will be, "Thank you very much. Have a great day." But if you will show a real case that I talked about, something like we saved 135K and the customer is paid to us only 6 grand, this is something interested. This is something what can transform and tie believers into your preachers, basically. And when we're talking about lead conversion, as I mentioned before, it's all about diving deep into your customers' operations. You have to understand their business. You have to understand the corner. You have to understand everything what they're doing inside their business. You have to chat with their sales managers, with their project managers, technical department, legal department, with everyone. Because your job is to understand what are they doing on a daily basis and improve these operations using the AI. This is where the magic happens. Because you're not coding, you're not programming all these things. What you're doing, you're just taking the operation and improving it. This is where the magic happens. This is for what founders are ready to pay insanely big amounts of money. And guess what? You don't need 100 leads. You just need 1 or 2 leads properly converted, properly talked. And look, when you have a customer, the standard flow from all these freelancers, it's like, hey, here's my offer. I want to charge, I don't know, like X amount of dollars per hour. Basically, that's it. But this is not how it works, sweetie, if you want a $500,000 contracts. If you want a $500,000, you have to hustle. You have to dive deep into their operations. And look, I know not all leads may convert into customers. That's fine. But if you dive deep into one lead operation, second lead, third lead, you will understand the patterns. And you will understand to whom you can propose which different angles and how to collect this super offer to sell your services. This is how it works. You will understand what their complaints. You will understand where they're losing money. And you, with your AI services, can help them save money or make money. I don't know. It depends on their business operations. And one of the greatest things, it's like please do not sell. Do not sell your services. Just say, I'm here to help you. I'm here to ask questions and give the advice for free. Look, if you're gonna give advices for free without charging anything, you can make a lot of money. And I know most developers struggling with how do I do sales? Don't do sales. Please do not do sales. You don't have to do sales. It's not for you. For you, it's only speak with people and understand their problems, understand their daily routine. If they're sending an email every day by clicking button, maybe it's time to optimize this routine operation, okay? Maybe they just bombard with spam and they're not receiving messages from the tax office or something like that. Hello, let's make a script that will catch those emails and send them as an important. And the rest, let's go to the spam. It's super simple. Ask what they hate on their job. And this is where you can use AI and help people save money and make money. And of course, when we're talking about offers, one of the most important things, your offer should look like a bunch of screenshots and text that will explain things that you discussed with like a project manager, sales department, legal department, technical things, and all these guys. It's just a screenshot with text, what you're gonna do. Basically, that's it. This is your offer. And at the end of the offer, it should be a price. On top of that, please do not send these offers via emails, PDF files, I mean. Your job is to present this offer via Zoom or Google Meet call on the video call. Because if you will send an email, it will be like, yeah, okay, we'll take a look. No, sweetie. Your job is to present this offer via Zoom and find the arguments, how to convince the founder or CEO, explain all these things to them. That's it. This is how this magic works. if you will send just a PDF without presenting it. Because look, when you're presenting this offer, you can listen their questions. You can reply to their complaints. You can discuss, okay, yeah, we can do this differently. Okay, let's change the offer even right now, because it's a B2B, sweetie. You can change anything, whatever you want. It's not B2C. So always you have to present offer to your customers via video calls. And of course, you have to do contract and prepayments, because prepayments means that you will get money for your motivation to do something, at least to moving forward, okay? The prepayment, it's always about from 10 to 50%. Depends how the confident are you, and depends how many years you're working in this space and industry. Regarding the contract, you have to write contracts down. It can be even one-page contract generated with ChatGPT. I highly do not recommend you to do that. You have to talk with your local lawyer. But at least ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini can give you a basic things that should be in the contract. Because I'll give you a real story from my life. The standard situation is like when customers is not paying to you. So you have a $100K contract, and at the end of the day, the customer decides not to pay the final $5K milestone. And the standard situation for most of the freelancers is like, oh, okay, this is my loss. But not in my situation. In my situation, I going back to my lawyer and saying, you will, dear customer, will get a lawsuit for $50,000 because you didn't pay the final milestone. And when they see a potential lawsuit, they would pay to you this remaining $5K. This will highly motivate them to pay this $5K because you did your job. And if they're not paying for the job, it's time to go to court, right? And this situation will happen with you, because don't think, please, that you're special, that you are mom's baby or something like that. No, sweetie. The world is tough, and you have to prepare to defend yourself in every different situation, okay? And final stage, deliver and scale. Let me share with you one very, very important magic. As I mentioned before, your job is to dive into their operations, and you can automate your own operation by sending cold emails, setting leads to CRM and all these things. It's just for train yourself, okay? Using Make, N8N, Python code, using written with Claude code or something like that. But your real job is to orchestrate different AI tools, understand how they work, how to combine vector database. For example, if you have a customer who need app improvement with their support services, you can create a vector database of their knowledge, connect the AI that will communicate with this vector database, and basically that's it. The support job is increased, like you are increasing their productivity 10 times. So, but do these manual operations, like a connect vector database with this thing or that specific thing, you can hire freelancers. That's why I told you to take a prepayment. So surprise, surprise, you received money. Now you can hire freelancers who will do these micro tasks for you, and you can continue doing orchestration and chatting with customers. So your job is just to do a chat. You don't have to be technical, as I mentioned at the beginning. You just have to communicate with your customers. That's it. Super simple. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.